Hey, what's good, yo? Welcome back to another video. The Houston Rockets trade Victor Oladipo to the Miami Heat, and the return that we got for Victor Oladipo is Avery Bradley, Kelly Olynyk, and a 2022 first round swap rights to the Rockets. And my initial thoughts were at first this trade happened after the deadline, so I thought, wow, we really didn't trade Victor Oladipo. And then the notification came that we did, and I was happy for a brief moment. And then I saw the return, and I'm like, wow, we really got fleeced by Pat Riley. So, what are your initial reactions to this trade?
It's really frustrating, I mean, I think we all knew that Tyler Hero wasn't going to be coming over, but I mean, at least I thought that we could have been able to net at least one of the young players on the Miami Heat, like Precious Achua or KZ Okpala, one of those guys. But Kelly Olynyk and Avery Bradley, it's basically nothing. Kelly Olynyk, he himself is an expiring contract this year, and Avery Bradley has been mediocre with the Miami Heat, and that pick swap is probably not going to be anything major either. So I mean, it's just there's no sugarcoating this. This is a bad trade, and it makes sense because the Rockets didn't really have any leverage here. But again, I feel like you could have been able to get at least somewhat of a better return than what you got, because this is basically nothing. I would have probably rather kept Oladipo than trading him for this.
Yeah, this kind of screams like a tank move to me. Like, it couldn't have been any more obvious that the Rockets seem to be tanking. Obviously, they're not going to explicitly say it, but like, it just, wow. I cannot believe just what happened. I mean, the Heat are going to be really, really good now. I mean, they literally lost, they really upgraded. I mean, Victor Oladipo as a third star is really, really good. I mean, as a first option, not that great, but as a third option, he's a ceiling raiser. Victor Oladipo is, and he's clutch in the playoffs as well. And I think he got way better. And I don't know what Stone was thinking. I think the whole Lowry situation kind of ruined it for us because it kind of made us wait until the very end, and then we kind of had to settle for whichever option was available, and it happened to be the Heat. I'm surprised no other team tried to beat this offer, considering all the rumors saying that Victor Oladipo had so much interest from all these teams, like the Hawks, the Magic, the Knicks, and then we settle for the Miami Heat's poo poo platter, like, I don't know what this is. Oh man.
It's really bad, especially when you look at the bigger picture here, which is like, if you look at the James Harden trade, you basically traded James Harden for Kelly Olynyk, which I'm not even gonna bother including him because he's leaving after this season anyway. You
Mhm.
basically traded James Harden for Avery Bradley and 8 first round picks. Like, what is that return? And if those picks, well, first of all, those first 3 first round picks aren't going to be anything because the big 3, they're going to stay there, they're going to be contending, they're going to be good, so those aren't going to be anything. And then those picks afterwards, you have to hope and pray that you can find good guys in that draft, in those draft classes, and that you can select right and that you get a high draft pick, or else this trade might go down as one of the worst trades in history. Because now, if you look at what Harden's doing in Brooklyn, it's been insane, and it's just not been great for Houston, especially when you consider what they could have had and what they've ended up settling with. It's really, really bad. And, you know, it's just really tough. And the Rockets, as far as luck goes, has not always been on their side. Luck has never really been on the Rockets' side. And, of course, there is the hope that you can get a top 4 pick this year, hold on and get one of those generational talents in this year's draft class. But if you don't get that as well, the Rockets have a very, very bleak future ahead of them as far as the players that they have and the pieces that they have.
Yeah, it just, I don't really know why Stone really decided to make this trade. I mean, Avery Bradley, he's okay. He played only 10 games in 2021 and is averaging 8.5 points, 1.4 assists. He is shooting kind of well, 47.0% from the field and 42.1% from three. So not a bad player by any means, but I was thinking we are going to get someone like Precious, maybe KZ Okpala. Obviously, Hero is like untouchable for the Heat, but maybe we could have gone in Duncan Robinson. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just whatever. And so I want to ask you, like, in hindsight, do you think that like the Rockets should have just kept Karis LeVert?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it. I mean, again, there is the argument of cap flexibility, but it's not like the Houston Rockets are going to be signing any big name superstars anytime soon, unless a miracle happened and we managed to land Kawhi Leonard or something. So I'm not really sure what the cap flexibility argument there is, especially when you thought you could offer Oladipo a $22.5 million extension. So I'm not sure what the front office is really thinking right now as far as their moves. And it's easy for this to come off as a rant, but it really isn't. Like these are just not great moves that the front office is making, and we just have to be like we can't sugarcoat it here. Like when you have bad moves, you have to say that they're bad moves, and this is a bad move. There's no hiding it. I don't think you're going to see anyone defending this move and saying that it isn't a bad move, because the blatant and harsh truth here is that the Rockets did get fleeced by Pat Riley and the Miami Heat.
Yeah, what's kind of funny is that we got a first for PJ Tucker and not a first for Victor Oladipo, who apparently has had more interest than PJ Tucker and younger and better and everything else better than PJ Tucker, and we somehow didn't get. PJ Tucker gave us a better return than Victor Oladipo. Like, let that sink in. Like, this is like Stone's first L. Like, I've liked everything he's done, like since getting KPJ for literally nothing and then getting Wood for like that whatever it took to get Wood. Like, I like that from Stone, but I don't know what I saw here. Maybe the Heat were kind of playing us, I think. They're just kind of making us wait to the very end, maybe. I mean Stone is a first year GM, so who knows, but yeah. So
Yeah, it's tough, and I guess we just have to see how it plays out. And yeah, I mean, there's not really much we can do watching, from the sidelines. It is what it is. You have to accept that this is what happened, and I guess at the end of the day, for the Rockets now, our fate kind of just hangs on the draft lottery this year and those Brooklyn picks late in those future years ahead. But as far as the near future goes, for the next 3-4 years, 2-3 years, maybe the Rockets are going to be in a dark place. That I can say.
yeah, but the one thing is that because of this trade, it shows like it's like kind of points that we kind of chose like cap space over like a potential player, because it does clear some cap room for the summer for us to maybe sign a big target or somewhat like that. So hopefully that's what the vision is. I mean, I don't know, but anyways, but do you have any final thoughts before we wrap up the video?
Oh, I mean, again, like I said, I mean, at this point, you just got to look ahead to the draft lottery and hope that we can land one of those top 4 picks. If not, I don't really know what's going to happen over these next 2-3 years for this franchise.
Yeah, and let us know your thoughts on this trade. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Thank you all for watching. Peace.